Hello, my name is Sofia. I'm 9 years old. Today we're going to be making a spin art machine. What you'll need is a wood disc, a 2A battery, a battery pack, a motor, a gear, some red sticky foam, a blue sticky foam donut, resistors, and the breadboard, and the breadboard mount, paper sheets, white sticky foam, black sticky foam, clear stickers, the paint pen set, the paint guard, and the paper guide. You'll also need scissors, any kind, and the empty tinker crate that the materials come in. This is what it will look like when it's done. The first step is to prepare the box. So you close the tinker crate, and then you turn it over. Then you fold a clear sticker over each of the holes and then press it down. That way it won't get messy when you make your spin. The second step is to turn the crate back over and open it and place the paper guide inside so that it's centered on the bottom of the crate, like this. Then you pop the center out of the blue sticky foam donut, the center, and then point the notch toward the bottom left corner and stick out the donut and stick the donut into the hole in the guide. Then you remove the guide off. Then you stick a black sticky donut into the back of the motor. Right here. One side will go on here and then the other side will go to the box. Right here. Yeah, it's very hard. So because it's a tight fit. I think that works now. Well, look, do you know why there's a notch? Because when you put the motor in, the wires are sticking out of it. So you have to make sure you put the wire spot where it attaches to the motor into the notch. The step 5 is to press the wires down into the notch. Right here. Then use a strip of red sticky foam to stick the wires to the bottom of the crate, like this. Then use a stacking strip to stick the wires to the side of the crate. Right here. And then the wire should be pointing up and out of the crate. So if you can't get the wire flat, just use extra tape to push it in so that it won't get in the way of the wooden disc in the next step. So the next step is something to do with this. shapes sketched into the wood disc. And then these are the red sticky foam arcs you're supposed to put in the same things here, right here. So this part is the part where you stick it right here. This is where you stick the red sticky foam arcs. You just stick them there. And then you flip the disc over where you see this, and then find the sketch circle of the disc. Find the gear and turn it so the bump is facing up. Then use a white sticky foam circle. That should be, here's one. Make sure the bump is facing up, like this. And then you flip it back over, flip the wood disc back over like this. Then you push the gear down, hope it, and put it, make sure it gets into the middle, right here. It's hard to do. And then push the gear down onto the shaft of the motor. So this is what it looks like it's gonna be when it's gonna be finished. Here's a tip. Make sure it's nice and flat like a tabletop. Like that. Then step 9, you get the paint gun. So you fold and crease the tabs on the paint gun. And then open this all the way, and then it should be like, then you have to peel off the adhesive tab from the back that makes it sticky here and covered here. And then the edge, right? So you should put it in first. And then you stick it right here like that. Make sure the sides are in and only these are out. And get it close to the middle as possible. Then you fold the side tabs down and then into the crate. The front tab should catch over. And these help. This is your paint gun. If it won't stick, maybe you can add a little tape. But don't make it too tight because these are where the wires are. If they're squished, the motor won't work. Since we just finished part A, we're on part B now. Step 1 of part B is to trim off the ends of the 3 resistors that are kept in some tape because there are sharp edges here. They should look equal like this. Then you fold them like this, like right angles, like this. Do the same thing for the other two. Then this is a breadboard. Helps you connect electronic components. You see the numbers along the bottom? All the holes above a number are connected together. If you stick something in line 1, it'll connect to everything else in line 1. Any hole works as long as it's in the same line. So you stick the first resistor into the breadboard. So the wires go into line 1 and line 3. So you put one down after the top one, then the third one is up after the bottom one. You might have to move it like this. You have to push it all the way. There you go. That's one. And then you get the second one. You do it with 3 at the top, and then 5 at the bottom. You just copy the same thing you did with number 1 and 3, like this. Then the last one, same thing, but instead of 5 and 3 and 5, this would be 5 and 7. 5, 7 right there. You have to push it all the way in so that it works. And then you get the white sticky foam rectangle with 2 holes. And then you stick it on the breadboard mount right here. I think you have to put it up here. This way. Step 5, you might need an adult. You have to open the latch. This means that it's going down. That means that you have to push down to do it. Then you get the battery that comes with it. So you have to match the plus and the minus sides on the side that these have the plus and minus side on. See? So you insert them. I don't know which way. I'm not sure. I never put in a battery before. And then you just put this back in. Push it up. And then we're on step 6. So you have to get this. So the switch has to face upward like this. And you have to line up the battery pack with the breadboard mount. Like this. Then you need 2 of the white foam squares to stick it down. So before you put this on, make sure that the switch is off. And when you're putting this in, make sure you don't put it on the edge, or else you can't open it when you need to replace the battery. There. And then the wire should be on here, and then you will stick this right here, and then it's ready. Then turn it up. Then on step 7, you need 4 more of these ones. There you go. We need to stick it on the back of the breadboard mount. So, then you have to stick it to the front of the crate right here, just underneath where the wires are sticking out, right here. This is the perfect place to put it. Then you have to, you might need to cut like at least this part off, this part like this. Then you should turn it around. Make sure it's not gonna cut the wire. There you go. So the next step, you'll need one of these, the triangle one. There should be 3 of them. And then the red wire, you should connect the red wire from the battery pack, this one, to the red wire from the motor, this one. There. Then you have to use a red sticky foam strip to stick the wire to the front of the crate, like this. See? It's all there. You should cover it where it connects. That way it won't unconnect while you're making spin art. Then stick the black wire from the motor into line 1 of the breadboard. You have to press it all the way down press it all the way into the hole. And then stick the black wire from the battery into line 1 on the breadboard as well. This will connect the motor to the battery on the bottom. Here. Connect that one to the bottom, that one to the top. And then you should flip the switch on the battery pack to test it out. The wood disc should start to spin like this. See? If it doesn't work, make sure the battery is in the pack correctly. Make sure none of the wires are getting in the way of the disc, and check that the motor and battery pack wires are in the correct hole. And then this will be the finished product. And then here's the inside. Then this works. In my next video, you will be seeing me making art with the spin art machine. Bye bye! If you want to see more of my videos, click subscribe. Thank you! Bye!